my name is Raja. I'm the CEO of eCommerce.com. I'm also the show host for this particular show as well. Today, I got an amazing guest for all of you who is having the trouble in finding the profitable products in 2021 for the Amazon. So please welcome the one and only Tim. Hey, Tim Jordan, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's a really honor for us. And our today topic is how to find the profitable products in 2021. And I got a lot of different questions from the persons who are actually having some issues with finding the profitable products in 2021 because most of the criteria is actually going to be changed. So we will discuss mainly on that. But before jumping into our main topic, so would you like to quickly introduce yourself, because many persons know you a lot, but there are the new persons who are actually coming on the Amazon side as well. So for them, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I guess I would start by saying I'm not really a professional businessman. I did not intend to be in business all of my life. I was a firefighter for about 10 years before I got into Amazon. Since I got started, it's been kind of a crazy journey getting into e-commerce, and it's only been about 6 years for me. But since then, I've built and sold multiple brands. I still operate brands right now. I work as a strategic consultant for multiple service-based or fintech or like marketing companies in the e-commerce space. I have my own coaching program that I partner with Norm Farrar on. We have a free community called the Private Label Legion with a free Facebook group and really great content, I think, in there. I'm also the host of the AM PM podcast, which is one of the oldest podcasts in the Amazon space. I've done big content, free content projects like Project X that I did in partnership with Helium 10. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Every day I feel like it changes. There's something new, but a lot of cool stuff going on.
Awesome. So our today's main topic is how we're gonna find the new and profitable products in 2021. So there are the two main questions from my side, how we're gonna find them and what is the new criteria which we need to follow to find a product in 2021. And if you can give a comparison with 2020 or 2019 with 2021, that will be an awesome thing for us.
Yeah, so I'll just start giving some random information, and if you want me to clarify anything or ask a specific question, go for it. But I think the way that you find profitable products for Amazon or any other platform right now is to stop selling what everybody else is selling. That's the main thing. For so long, people have been teaching how to sell on places like Amazon by telling you to go to Amazon and see what other people are selling well and just try to sell it a little bit better. And in 2015, 2016, that actually kind of worked because there were so many bad listings and nobody knew how to rank and nobody knew how to run PPC. But now as sellers are becoming more educated, more advanced, just trying to create a better listing doesn't really work. And I also think that people become very overconfident in themselves because they see if someone is selling one product, they say, well, if they're selling it, I can sell it too. Well, this creates a situation where everybody's trying to sell the same thing, and the only way to differentiate yourself is to lower the price, so it's not profitable. One thing that's interesting about Amazon, though, that's great for us, is Amazon is fairly slow to show new products and new trends. So several years ago, I started finding this relationship between other social media platforms or other product platforms and Amazon, and realized we can get product ideas or hobby ideas or trending ideas on websites other than Amazon and be the first potentially to launch that product on Amazon, right? So what we started doing is finding where demand was high and where options were low on Amazon. We also determined that we don't sell products, we sell keywords. So in response to your question, Raja, it's not what profits are profitable, or I'm sorry, it's not what products are profitable, it's what keywords are profitable. Right? Because we have to find keyword opportunity on Amazon. Of course, those are attached to products, but keywords become competitive, right? So if we find where someone is searching for a specific product, we can actually see on Amazon that people are searching for that product based on keywords. And if the options offered are not related to that keyword, then there's a niche opportunity. And then you can be the first person to launch that product, and then it's profitable.
Yeah, so I think so. I just wanted to add one piece of information from my end as well. Like a product for a, like for example, we have the five main keywords. So the top keyword is having a higher number of CPC. For example, $3 for the cost per click. So maybe that particular product is not profitable for that particular keyword, but with the keyword who is having the CPC for the same relevancy for like $0.5 or $1, so maybe that product is profitable for that particular keyword. I think so you are trying to say that. So
It could be. Well,
profitability.
that's part of it. And when people ask me, are all products saturated? I say, well, they might be saturated on some keywords, but not others.
Exactly.
But even beyond that, there are products that people are looking for that are just not offered on Amazon at all. So I'm not talking about one keyword being less expensive. What I mean is there are keyword opportunities where there is not a product matching the keyword demand at all, and we can be the first to launch it. So when we start looking at trends elsewhere, we can get ahead of everybody else. An example is fidget spinners. I'm not saying fidget spinners are good products, but at one point they were. Back in around 2017, I remember seeing them all over the markets in China. My kids were coming back from school playing with them. But when you went to Amazon, nobody was selling them.
Exactly.
So there was a period of time where people were going to Amazon and searching for fidget spinners, but they weren't being offered a fidget spinner. So at that time, there was keyword demand with no product relevancy being offered. So it was becoming more popular. Amazon just had to take time to catch up. And if I could have been one of the first ones to launch a fidget spinner, I'd be living on the beach in the Maldives right now. And you'd never see me again because I'd be a multi-millionaire. So my point is, if we look outside of Amazon to find keyword and product opportunities, and then be the first on Amazon, that's how you find profitable products. Because when somebody wants something, they don't care about the price too much if you're the only offer. If I were going to sell this microphone, right? If they needed a microphone and this was the only microphone, I could charge $120. Once there's more competition, I might have to go down to 70 or 65 or $60. But if I'm the first one to offer it, I can basically name my own price within reason. So I think that's the first part of your question is how do we find profitable products as we look off Amazon? And the places that I go to look are usually related to the place that I'm selling. So if I'm selling on Amazon US, all right, US Amazon, I need to see what's popular in the US. I look at Pinterest, I look at Etsy, I look at Cratejoy, I look at TikTok products, I look at Instagram products, I look at not just Instagram influencers, but the products that are being sold. I will go through gift guides and product blogs and life hack blogs. I'll go through Facebook ads. I'll go through Google Trends, right? These are all places where I find ideas and see if it's in demand on Amazon, but not being offered on Amazon, right? I have a lot of videos like about Pinterest. You can look up my YouTube video, go to Private Label Legion or look up Tim Jordan on YouTube. I've got a great video about finding products on Pinterest that's a walkthrough. The second part of your question, has a lot to do with perceived value. This is the difference between 2001 and 2019. 2019, we were coming off a day and age where everybody's just going to Amazon to buy stuff. But over the past 2 years, people have started demanding higher quality. Okay. They know that because there were some really cheap, like Chinese suppliers selling junk, or people I think are just becoming accustomed to higher end quality products and an experience. So when I say perceived value, it doesn't necessarily have to be a more expensive item, but it has to seem more expensive. So things like branding and brandability and the marketing and the enhanced brand content, all of those things are playing a big part into how to become profitable. Because if I'm selling the same product as my competitor, but I brand it better, I can charge 10% or 15% more for that product, right? That's how you become profitable, is perceived value. Little things like packaging. When you think about the iPhones several years ago started putting their phones in a very, very specific box that when you go to open the box, there's actually suction that slows down the opening of it. And it stretches out the time and the anticipation to see this new phone, right? They realized that psychologically people realized this is something special. And we can do that on Amazon too. And in 2017, when I was selling products, it didn't matter. I could sell anything in a plastic bag and it was okay. But now I see so many of my competitors continuing to do that. And all I have to do is create a higher perceived value. So the branding, the packaging, the after sale customer care. If I'm selling a product, I'll oftentimes put an insert card with a QR code to a video of how to use this, right? If I'm selling a kitchen accessory, just make them feel like, hey, there's a brand story behind this, not just some cheap Chinese crap that's being bought off of Alibaba and sold on Amazon, right? So those are the main two answers to your questions of how do we find profitable products now, which is look away from Amazon to find these products. And then what's the big difference between 2019 and now? And I think the big difference is people have higher expectations. They have higher expectations for quality. And by using great branding and brand presence, we can increase perceived value, charge a higher amount, and therefore be more profitable.
Awesome. So the persons who are actually hearing this particular video, so I just wanted to shortlist the two main points, like go with the profitable keywords, not with the products, and secondly, go with the quality and value, not for the it's not a time to go with the cheaper values. You need to add a quality in your product to towards the branding of that particular product. So the team, probably the second and the last question is that do you give any top 10 or top 3 things or metrics which we need to evaluate or check when we are actually finding a profitable product in 2021?
There's not a specific list because every product or every category or everything is always going to be different. But I do say, of course, check your competitiveness. How many other people not only are selling the exact same product, but have to use the same keywords, right? If I released a podcast microphone that was a different shape, a different color, well, it might be a different podcast microphone, but the keyword podcast microphone is still competitive, right? So it doesn't always matter if you have a unique product. If there's too much competition for the keywords that you need to sell that product, then that product's going to be possibly saturated. And the other thing is make sure there's actually demand. There are a lot of people that come out with these great product ideas, these great inventions, these things that are game changing. But on a platform like Amazon, it's almost impossible to sell them because if nobody knows to search for this thing or search for this solution, they're not going to buy it, right? It's just going to be lost. I know lots of people that have had great inventions that launched on Amazon and they failed. Doesn't mean they're bad products. You just might need to start with like a crowdfunding thing or social media ads, a different way. It's just not for Amazon.
So, Tim, just a midway question. You mentioned two things like competitiveness and the demand side. So, how we gonna measure both of the things? Like, for example, if we are going to check the demand of that particular product, so is that like relying only on the tools which are available in the market, like Helium 10, Jungle Scout, Viral Launch? So, is we need to rely on them only? Like, is this the only way? And how we gonna check the competition? Again, is we are going to only have one option to rely on that particular tools, like whatever their data is actually gaining, we are from there. So is there the only way to check the demand and competition with the help of tools? Like, is there any other way to evaluate the competition and demand?
Nothing is automated. There's no software company that's going to tell you exactly. And it's because not all products are relevant to specific keywords. So like if I go to Helium 10 and I love Helium 10 and I see how many competitors are there for this product, it's going to tell me how many products are indexing as being related, but it doesn't mean that they're actually the same product. So sometimes software says it's more competitive than it really is. And sometimes we can't use software to see how competitive it really is because we actually have to go and look. If you look at, if you watch Project X, the case study I did with Helium 10, we had an example of a burrito blanket where on Amazon, there was very little competition, but we went to Alibaba and we saw tons of them, which meant that there was already demand in supply chain. And within 2 months, they were saturated on Amazon. So there's not a quick, easy way to find competition. You actually have to look at a lot of different places, right? You have to go to the source and see is there demand through manufacturing. We actually have to look at competitiveness per keyword, not per product on Amazon, right? Because like you said, the CPC of a keyword goes up, then the product, even if it's a little bit different or different variation, could be up. The other thing that we want to make sure that we're looking at is places like rebate sites, right? Like we can go to Rebate Key and see, hey, are a lot of people trying to launch the same product? It's going to be very competitive. And then we also need to do PPC tests. I do PPC tests. I talk about that in Project X, where I actually run PPC tests just on specific keywords to see how competitive the cost per click is, because the Amazon estimate is always way off. It's always completely wrong. So I run very simple PPC tests to figure out, is this something that is going to be very, very highly bid on Amazon, leading to it being very competitive?
Awesome. So all done for today, team. Thank you so much again for coming on the show, and hopefully the data or the content you actually shared with the persons who actually looking for this particular video may add a lot of value in their lives and help them to get rid of their struggles from the Amazon side. So at the end, thank you so much, and it's all done for today. And
Okay.
over and out.
All right. Thanks for having me.